What's going on, guys? This is Ben from the Hoop Lifestyle blog, and I'm here with Nick.
Coach Nick from Ball Don't Lie Academy.
So this is the first episode of our podcast, and today we're just going to kind of give you guys an introduction as far as who we are individually, and also what we're going to be talking about throughout the time that this podcast is recorded. So we're hoping to make this an ongoing thing. Hopefully we'll have some guests too eventually, and we'll continuously do that. So just to kind of start it off, go ahead and have my guy Nick here kind of tell us a little bit about himself, introduce himself to you guys. Obviously, so you guys might know who I am since I'm be posting this a lot on my social media. He's going to do the same thing on his. So I wanted to introduce himself and tell you guys exactly what Ball Don't Lie Academy is.
So I'm Coach Nick. My real name's Nick Clark from San Leandro. Played high school ball. Played 2 years in college. 1 year overseas, broke my ankle, and kind of just took my career on a different path. Grew up with a sick mom who had lupus. That's kind of where basketball made me into something. I used it as basically a shield, a sanctuary. Went through a lot of things in life, so every time I went outside as a kid, was on the court, anything like that, it was like, didn't worry about anything.
Yeah.
It was like, whole life changed, just basketball, just focus on basketball.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit of opportunity in life as a kid. Didn't get too much AAU experience, as a lot of kids these days get a lot of AAU experience. Didn't really get into the AAU life until about my junior year in high school. Money wasn't there, opportunity wasn't there, stuff like that. So really got serious with basketball actually after my high school career. I played at Livermore High. Kind of rode the bench, played okay, whatever, and then went out to Texas, and I was like, hey, I want basketball to be my life. Like, this is what I want.
Right.
And so basically I turned out to be trained for 9 months, walked on a college, went through that whole experience. And after 2 years, I was like, had a decision, had overseas opportunities, and then I also had played another 2 years at this college. So I was like, let me try to go see what overseas is like. So I actually trained for another 6 months with a couple trainers, couple coaches, couple mentors in my life. And
You want to name drop him real quick?
yeah, Tyler Ralph, big name, big trainer, real big right now. Big one, Pastor Keith was a big mentor in my life. And then I had a couple other ones, coaches along the way and stuff like that. But it was a cool experience, I will say that. I wish I would have took basketball more serious. I will say that as a kid, I did, like I said, I used it as a sanctuary, but at the same time, I didn't really know what it took to make it. And so like that's where kind of Ball Don't Lie Academy what I kind of focus on with kids. So it's like kids don't know what it takes to make it these days.
Right.
And it's like you got to be focused on everything. So in my opinion, in as a kid, you get natural talent or you get work ethic.
Okay.
Right? So when a kid figures out both of those is when a kid's going to really succeed. So you can have all the natural talent in the world. There's plenty of kids out there that really don't train, really don't do anything, and they ball out.
They just jump on the court.
They jump on the court, they're easy. Dunking everywhere, doing all these moves. That
must be nice.
Yeah, right. Must be nice. Exactly. I don't have that. So I got the opposite side as a kid. I got that work ethic. So, but once you figure out those two, that's what makes you into the start.
Right.
But with that being said, that natural talent might make you high school level, collegiate level.
Yeah.
It really won't make you past that collegiate level. So the younger you figure out work ethic and using your natural talent, because everyone got something within that natural talent. Once you figure out both of those, that's when you really succeed in basketball, in my opinion.
Okay. And that's kind of what Ball Don't Lie.
Yeah, so like kind of like ball. So that's kind of like what Ball Don't Lie represents. I throw a lot of knowledge at the kids. People don't want to work. You don't want to. People out here, you don't want to do a training session.
Mm-hmm.
A training session's hard.
Yeah.
Right. So in my opinion, there's a lot of people, a lot of coaches, a lot of trainers or whatever that just train. I'm the type of person that's trying to make training fun. So they come back to me, and they're still having a fun time. They walk out of the gym smiling. They walk out of the gym, hey, what's up, coach? How you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Instead of walking out of the gym, I just got done with practice. Or walking in the gym, for example. Like it's a chore. Or like they have to do this. So I'm always trying to mix up things, mix up the drills, mix up stuff like that. So I do a lot of ball handling drills, a lot of 2-ball dribbling, a lot of cone stuff like that. And it's like,
that stuff's not as easy as it looks. Let me just tell you right now.
He knows.
Yeah, when I first started doing the stuff that you were trying to tell us to do, and my boy today brought him to train, right?
Yeah.
Your brain hates the hell out of you. Like, your brain is like, what are you trying to do right now? And I'm older, man. I'm 36 years old. My brain has already set its way. So
Exactly.
try to figure out, like, okay, I got to dribble with 2 balls, put 1 ball down, still dribble with that. You remember that?
Yeah,
That was the worst for me. I was just like, what the? And then I got to pick it up and throw it again.
Yeah.
I mean, that was rough.
So I do those type of things. A lot of people come at me like, whoa, you do a lot of advanced drills. And like, I take almost any age level. So basically the first session that I have with you is an assessment. So I assessed, in my opinion, how good your dribbling is, how good your shooting is, what your strong
and you ain't got to tell these people how good my dribbling is.
Yeah. So your strong points, your weak points, and stuff like that. So like, you always got to work as an athlete. No matter what sport you play, you always got to work on your weak points and as your strong points.
Sure.
And then on the basketball court, might not be so much for other sports, but on the basketball court, you really got to have one niche. Mm-hmm. So whatever that niche is, if you're a guard, if you got a motor, if you're the most conditioned on the team, right? If you got the most ball handling skills, if you got the best 3-point shot, but whatever that niche is, whatever you figure out that niche is, you have to work on that niche.
Right.
So a lot of people are like, oh, why are you working on your strong point? So my strong point can get better.
Right.
But you also got to work on that weak point too. So I kind of use all those things, all those 2-ball dribbling, all those cones, all that kind of stuff. It's always basketball's all about a mind game. Once you have confidence in yourself, it becomes a mind game.
Right.
So like, you always get in your mind doing 2 different things: catching the tennis ball, putting 1 ball down, do that kind of stuff. If you can dribble with 2 basketballs, 1 basketball is gonna be easy. So I get a lot of kids right now, high school level, 8th grade, even higher high school level, adults, right? So we train together in the morning, and we bring in people that hoop with us in the morning, and it's like, I see a lot of these people dribbling with their head down. Now they're really good point guards, and they think they're good, and they're good shooters and everything like that, but they still dribble with their head down. You want to know why you dribble with your head down? You ain't confident enough that the ball can come back up to your hand, right? So you dribbling 2 balls, 1 basketball after 2 balls is gonna be easy for you.
Right.
It becomes natural.
Yeah.
So I've just seen his progression since when we started, and it's crazy to see that progression once you get a kid 3 sessions in, 4 sessions in, 5 sessions in, just to see that progression of, oh dang, now they can do these types of moves. Then I'm gonna progress that level training to an advanced level training, and all you do is just keep progressing it.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to make myself better, always trying to learn things. So it's all a process.
Yeah.
All becomes a process. But that's basically what Ball Don't Lie Academy turns out to be. I'm always trying to make the kids better, make it fun for the kids, get my name out there, and it's just like 2-ball dribbling, crazy dribbling, stuff like that. It's like that's what kids need, in my opinion. They need something to get their mind triggering on doing something different. Yeah. If you got a coach or whatever doing regular 1 dribble, 2 dribble moves, then you bring the kid to me and I'm going to make him do 2-ball dribbling, and I'm going to make him put 1 down, catch a tennis ball and all that kind of stuff. It's going to get their mind thinking about doing 2 totally different things. So that's basically what it's all about.
Yeah. I don't want to trigger you, but there's people out there that say 2-ball dribbling doesn't help.
Oh, 100%. I mean...
I'll trigger that on a different. We'll trigger that on a different one. Yeah. No, yeah. You know what? And you're right. After training with you and stuff like that, I think people that have. So I play a lot of leagues. I play a lot of like rec leagues, and I have a couple teams under our name Hoop Crate. And I can tell you that a lot of people have mentioned that they can notice that my game's gotten a lot different, a lot more confident. And that has to do with training. I think that's important. Like whether you're training, whether I'm training with you or you guys out there, obviously you can't travel to now. You could. I mean, if you pay up a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you're putting in the work, you'll see some progress. You just have to do it consistently. I think that's important. And having somebody that's knowledgeable about the game, has the experience, and has a philosophy about it is important. So that's perfect, man. I think what you're doing is great. For me, so just kind of introduce myself, even though I kind of mentioned it earlier. My name's Ben. The reason why I started this podcast was just to kind of build something where we can talk people can just sit down and talk about basketball. Like me and Nick here, we'll have other people talk about basketball, different aspects of the game, whether it be, for me, I'm more of a player. Nick's a coach. We'll have people, and Nick actually is more involved with the culture too. I think you're somewhat of a sneakerhead to yourself, right?
Yeah.
You got some nice kicks right here. Probably take a snapshot of it.
You know,
and then,
Kaylee,
you know what I'm saying?
Katie, those low tubes.
Like, looks flashy.
There,
I got socks on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be comfortable as a player. But, at the end of the day, there's so many different sides of basketball, right? And I think that with the Hoop Lifestyle podcast, our goal here is just to have fun with it, but then and show our passion for the game, to share our passion. And we want you guys to get involved too with that by shooting us comments and questions and those kind of things. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be, kind of discussing throughout this whole podcast as the episodes go on. So I think to kind of segue into the next thing, again, we talk a lot about basketball, right? And we were talking about it earlier. We were talking about the NBA, the state of the NBA right now, and how things are going. You were talking about this most recent incident, right? With
Melo.
With Melo. So I guess
coming back in the league.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard, man. Melo is the type of person. He's an all-star, man. He's got the mindset of, I want to be number one on the team. Right. Well, he's been out of the league for a minute. He's got to come in with, in my opinion, that mindset. He just got signed with the Trailblazers, right? Great team.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. Right? So now it's like, he's got to come in with the mindset is, I'm not number one anymore. I'm going to play my role. Whatever that role is, he has to play his role.
Okay.
Right? So, great player. I watched plenty of his workouts lately. He works out with a bunch of dudes that I watch, and he can still ball out.
Yeah, and he's been saying that.
A lot. He hasn't got the opportunity, really. No teams have really picked him up or anything like that. But in my opinion, the reason why no teams have picked him up is because he's always had that mindset. I'm an all-star.
That's what I was going to ask you. Why do you think?
I have to be number one.
Yeah.
I have to be that person on that team where it's like, if I don't have the ball in my hand the last 2 seconds, then I'm not going to be happy.
So, quick question for you since you mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Because it just kind of popped up in my head. So, that attitude, right? How do you think, does that translate for kids now? And like going, like for them to succeed and excel at basketball, do you think that that's a good attitude to have? Considering what Melo was going through, right?
Yeah. So a lot of these kids, a lot of these stars, in my opinion, they're all basically self-centered.
Okay.
So and it's all about opinion, right? So, but they're all self-centered. So you can be a number one star on your team.
Yeah.
But you still have to be about the team. You still have to be about all the other players and everything like that. So, like, for me, example, I was a captain my freshman year at college, right?
Sure.
I was a captain. And I'm a point guard. Point guard's always got to be a leader. In my opinion, you always got to be able to communicate, talk on the court, stuff like that. So, but you still got to be about the team.
Right.
And so, if you can be a star and you can still be about your team and not be so self-centered, then that's when you take that next level, in my opinion.
Right.
So a lot of these stars, they make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
They're big on TV. They're all superstars, and it gets to their head a little bit too much, in my opinion, because they don't worry about the team anymore. They're really just worried about themselves.
Right.
And so, once you get a team, for example, the Warriors, once you get a team that's unselfish, and that have so many stars on the team and still play good basketball, still move the ball, still stuff like that, that's when you take it to the next level, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I know we was going to talk about the Warriors too a little bit.
Yeah.
But that is a sore topic.
It is.
Right now.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little tough. But no, I completely agree with you in regards to this is like different mindsets when it comes to like being an all-star.
100%.
Are you an all-star to your teammates too?
Yeah.
You can be an all-star to yourself, but how do they feel about it?
Exactly.
And how do they react to it? How does the coaches and whatnot feel about it? I mean, from my perspective, from being somebody that builds teams, because I have like these teams that I put in the leagues, and it's a lot of fun, and putting a team together is great, and trying to build leadership within different players is awesome. But like you said, when you're somebody that they look to for guidance, sometimes it's tough. And for me, I started playing in these leagues not too long ago, maybe about 2 or 3 years, and I don't have the same type of experience So like just jumping in there as like an adult into a league and building a team, and them looking at you for like coaching, and like I said, I don't really know a lot about that stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're telling me to do like down picks and all this stuff, and they're like, we should run this like a 2-1-2, and I'm just like, what the? Like what?
What's going on?
Yeah, guys, do that.
Defense schemes.
Yeah. So I mean,
Makes sense.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that it's important to at least have that, like you said, that right mentality that you're still looking for your teammates to be successful, and in order to and having them understand like, hey, we're all going to do this together, kind of a thing. Like you said, I mean, with Melo, that's kind of been his thing, right? Is that he's not really that guy that does it that way, right?
He's always been kind of a little bit of the outcast. Man, I've been a Melo fan since Melo came in the league. When Melo came in the league, I don't remember how old I was, but I was a youngster hooping, and I was like, damn, this is the next dude. Like, I loved Melo. I had Melo shoes. I had a Melo jersey. I loved Melo coming to the league.
You still got that stuff?
No, not no more. And so like, but watching Melo grow from what he's grown up to be as an NBA player and as a player all in general, it's not my style. It's not the style that I per se would want to see. I don't think he might make his players better, but he doesn't really outsource his ability to make his players better. So what a big thing in my head is, what do other players, what do coaches, what do parents, what do all those type of people, how do they view you? Yeah. Right? So like, I've coached AAU teams, I've coached high school teams, I've coached a lot of teams, and it's like, I've had kids with great athletes, great players, probably the best player on my team, and I'm trying to preach to them that you're the best player on my team. I need you to be a leader. Right. But then when your leader got attitude, they getting kicked out the game. They getting stuff like that. Now, basketball's a hard game, very mental. But at the same time, you still have to be able to compose yourself. You're still that leader. Yeah. So you have to be the one that everyone looks up to. Mm. And so I hope for the whole Melo thing, I hope he comes in the league, drops his little head a little bit. Yeah. Takes a little step down, and I think it'll be a great fit. Yeah. I think it'll be a great fit for him. Hope he can ball out. Hey, one thing you need to work on, Melo, your defense.
That's the key, right?
That's the key. That's the key. You can defense. I mean, that's my opinion, but yeah.
Good luck to you, Melo.
Good luck, exactly.
Good luck
Melo.
to you, man. You ain't got that many years left. I can tell you that right now.
Exactly.
But
Use wisely.
Yeah, you blessed as heck to get back in there. So that's awesome. To hear that he actually got picked up, considering as much like as we heard about like him wanting to get back in the league. It's how, you can only be happy for a guy.
For his defense, he's had so many superstars that's worked out with him in the summer, and they're like, hey, that boy still can ball. Yeah. All of them. Yeah, all of them that have hooped with them, like, hey, that dude still can ball. Yeah, he can still. So hey, man, props to you, bro, for getting back in the league. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. So we talked a little bit about. So we're talking about Melo now. To shift gears to the actual whole NBA. How do you feel like, so right now we got so many dang teams that have like fat rosters, man. It's crazy. Obviously not our our Warriors are not doing too well in that sense. We have some young guys, right? So that's good. Yeah. But as far as like so many teams in the league, I mean, you got like the Westbrook and Hardens, right?
All these superstars collaborating together, man. Yeah. The league has changed, and I mean, I'm still young, and so like I'm only 26, but I'm still young, and I've watched I'm a big Warriors fan, but I watched the era of where we had the We Believe team. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, where we won a championship really with like really no name players. There was a couple guys or whatever, and back then in the league there really wasn't too many superstars on too many teams. You had the Spurs, right? You had Tim Duncan, you had Ginobili, you had Parker, and that was like you didn't. And then you had the collaboration with D Wade, LeBron, Chris Bosh, and all them. But now it's getting crazy to me, man.
It's crazy the types of athletes that teams have now.
And the progression of how an athlete grows now is like crazy to me. Like seeing that progression is ridiculous. Like these athletes come 1 year college, straight in the league and killing the league. Yeah. Like they're so much bigger, so much faster. And it's like watching the league turn into what the league has turned into. Like for me, I kind of like it. Yeah. Because I don't like the aspect of all the superstars being on one team because it kind of defeats the purpose of the team that doesn't have a superstar. So like you're gonna have to basically as a agent, as a coach, you're trying to figure out what three best players I can get on my team.
Because this is like the whole Eastern Conference,
Yeah.
like the past couple.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like they're all trying to figure it out. Like Bucks are like, hey, who can I pick up to get somebody else? And so like, and the West is just the West is just dominated.
Yeah,
like there's been just domination.
Yeah.
So it's like, and everybody wants to come to the West. Like look at this year, look at this summer. Like LeBron came over, AD, all them big boys, Kawhi, Paul George. Like it's like, man, the Western Conference. So I don't like how it's so split. I wish it was a little bit more divided.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, the league has changed a lot. So like now it's like the 3-point line is like what we like a lot of players and a lot of teams live by.
Yeah.
And so like to have a true big man, you don't really see that anymore. Big men's are shooting threes now.
Yeah.
Big men's are out there. Look at AD. AD can do everything on the floor. Like you got big men doing guard moves.
Yeah, I seen his handles, like his training when he's doing his hand. I'm like, dude, what the heck? But he played as a guard.
Yeah.
When he was younger.
When he was younger, he played as a guard. So it's like, one thing I gotta say, as a kid growing up right now in this era, it doesn't matter if you play point guard. It doesn't matter what position you play. You have to practice the whole spectrum of basketball.
Yeah.
Because these days, there really is not one position. Like, look, LeBron can play any position almost in the league.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, with that being said, you gotta learn all aspects of every single position. So, if you were guard, hey, go work on some big man moves for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you ain't, like, I'm 5'11", right? I'm a short basketball player. But even if you're not going to grow to that aspect, it's not going to hurt your game.
Right, yeah.
If anything, it's going to make your game better. You're learning a different perspective of basketball through another position. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing I say, man. If you're a kid, work on all aspects of basketball, all aspects. But going back to the NBA, I like where it's going. The only thing, like I said, I don't like the whole superstar thing. I don't like how the Western Conference is so dominant over the Eastern Conference. It kind of sucks. But I don't know, man. This year might be a little bit different. Yeah. I think Boston's coming up. I like Boston. I mean,
Laker fans,
obviously,
Laker fans are mad at you right now.
Oh, I don't give a...
Woo, they're mad. They're hot.
It's okay. So, hey, Lakers aren't going to win the championship anyway.
Oh,
quote that.
no.
Lakers ain't going to win the championship anyway. Quote that one.
If people leave comment, hey, I don't know if there's a thumb down button on Facebook.
Clippers all the way. Clippers all the way. Sorry, y'all.
Just don't block us, please.
Yeah, please don't block us.
I mean, if you want to, you can, but it is what it is.
But it's like, I mean, so...
We Warriors fans, we really
don't care. 100%. I mean, come on. And I'm not a bandwagon hopper Warrior fan either. So, you can't. I'm from San Leandro. Yeah. Grew up around that whole environment. So, I've seen the worst of the Warriors. I'm watching the Warriors right now. Actually, I like the Warriors, what they're looking at. But anyway, so it's like... With the league going back to what I'm saying.
He's pulling his authentic fan card out quick.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you don't want me to pull out my Chris Mullin card right over here. Y'all already know. If you guys know me, you already know where I've been.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's like, it's cool, but it's just amazing to me that if I watch college basketball, I'm a basketball geek. I love all basketball. So, like, watching high school basketball to, like, college basketball to the NBA, that progression is a lot different. Mm-hmm. Like, college basketball is a fast-paced game. You got to learn a lot of different defenses, right? And then so watching somebody play 1 year in college and then come into the league and almost dominate the league.
It's crazy. A rookie is not a rookie anymore.
Yeah, it's like there's so many good rookies coming out of the league. So it's a big progression from what it used to be, in my opinion. Like, watching all these dudes come out of the college, I'm like, man, like all this experience and all this training, and I mean, there's so much in this world now with technology and videos and everything. You got no excuse but to be good at basketball. If you have the passion for basketball, you are thinking about basketball 24/7. You are watching basketball. Yeah. You are playing basketball. You are doing everything about basketball. But you have to have that passion for it.
You have to have passion for it, exactly. So, I think working on your own, doing your own drills, like you said,
critiquing yourself.
Critiquing
who's your favorite player in the NBA? Who do you that plays your position though? Yeah. That's the big thing. You want to watch somebody that what you do on your type of your floor. So if you're a junior, senior in high school, who's your favorite point guard? If you're a guard, who's your favorite point guard? Watch what they do, right? But don't just watch the NBA, because NBA is a bad example too. Mm-hmm. For kids, NBA is a bad example in my opinion. Watch college games. Watch high level high school games. If you're in a D3 D3 league, go watch someone in a D1 league, right? Go to those games. Watch those type of people because that's the level that you want to get to. NBA is it's a little fashy and all that. It's all about a lot about money.
Yeah.
And so, but it's still obviously good to watch those players too because those are the best players in the world.
Yeah.
But college is a little bit different. You don't have so many superstars. You don't have, and it's such a broad spectrum of college basketball too. So go watch any type of basketball. Go watch training. Go do anything. If you have that passion, man, it shouldn't even be in your mind. I always thought about basketball.
Yeah.
It don't matter what I'm doing. I'm always thinking about how can I make myself better? How can I make these kids better in this culture? How can I do what can I do to make everything come together?
Yeah.
So you just gotta have the passion for it, man. If you don't have the passion for it, you ain't gonna make it. That's my opinion.
That's good, man. That's good. Appreciate that. That's true, man. I think that's important. Like working on your own, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because
kids
like for example, like he hasn't played basketball for that long, right?
Yeah.
But I've known you for how long now? Probably maybe 6 months, maybe not even that.
Not even that. Yeah.
Something like that. So, but just seeing him, he has a passion for the game.
Yeah.
You can just tell if you have the passion, you can tell the other people that have the passion, right? People might just play basketball because they're good at basketball. It's the best sport that they play out of all the sports. But you got to figure out what your passion is. If you play 3 sports, you got to figure out of those 3 sports, which one is my passion? Which one do I love? Which one do I love the most?
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of kids out there and a lot of people that will preach, hey, this is you're best at football.
Yeah.
Right? Dads, trainers, everything. Yeah. This is your best sport. You're gonna play football and you're gonna make it to the NFL and you're gonna blah 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 blah. Yeah. But then the kid gets to the collegiate level or whatever level and they end up not making it and they reflect back on life like, I didn't even have a passion for X whatever sport I was trying to go for. Yeah. I had the passion for the other sport. Maybe I wasn't as good at it, but at the same time, speaking that, as you grow up, because basketball is going to be in my life till I die. Yeah. Basketball is going to be in his life until he dies. Yeah. Right? So, as a kid, you want to learn what your passion is in life. That's just my biggest thing.
That's true, man. I think a lot of like great stars actually played multiple sports. A lot of like legends played multiple sports, but 100%. They ended up figuring one out, right? So and that was kind of a key thing is like whatever you enjoy the most, right? Whatever, like you said, you're passionate about. You can't literally like, what do they say? What's that saying? You can't put something like eggs in different baskets or something right?
100%.
You don't want to put all your
you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's important just to really continue to work, continue to grind. I mean, that's kind of been my thing. You know that. Like we've been in the gym constantly, right?
100%.
Another thing I wanted to ask you too, just talking about the gym side of it, is that you've been hitting the weights now.
I have been hitting the weights.
Yeah.
It's been a new
lifestyle. How do you feel about that,
man? Actually, man. So,
has it been helping your game at all?
100%. Yeah. So I'll tell you right now, this guy changed my life with weights, right? So when I met Ben's a big worker. He works out all the time, right? But still hoops so much.
Grind 4 a.m. No.
Hey, grind 4 a.m. Exactly, grind 4 a.m. So I'm like, okay, let me try. So I played college ball. We lifted weights, right, a little bit, stuff like that. But I've always had that wrong mindset. But I've always had the mindset of weights is gonna mess up my game, right?
Yeah.
So it actually makes your game 100% better, right? So if you watch all these pro athletes, all these college athletes, all the people that work really hard, obviously everybody lifts weights. Mm-hmm. Now it's the way you lift weights, in my opinion, as an athlete, is what's going to make your game better. So if you're trying to lift weights as a power lifter, for example, and you're trying to be a basketball player, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. 100%.
Everything's going to be all messed up.
I agree.
Right? If you're trying to be an athlete, train like an athlete in the weights aspect too.
Right.
So weights have changed my life. I'll go inside the gym, lift weights or whatever, and come in the gym. All I gotta say, and he will say the same thing. I know it. But after you're done lifting weights, it doesn't matter if you got 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Always go shoot a basketball. If you don't play basketball and you play another sport, go do whatever that other sport is. Grab your football, swing a baseball bat, whatever it is. After you're doing lifting weights,
immediately after,
go shoot a basketball. Yeah. Because it's all about muscle memory.
Yeah. You don't want to lose that. Because I think, that's one of the things that because I used to have the same mindset as you. Like, I'd go to the gym. It's, again, some of my friends can attest to this. We'd go walk through the gym. Literally, we walk from the front to the gym, and there would be weights all the way through, right?
Yeah.
And my boys would be like, ask me like, "Hey, you gonna lift today?" I'm like, "Oh shit, there's weights here." You're like, "Oh damn, what is this doing here? I've been coming here for 2 years. I ain't never seen what is this? This is the bench. This is what they call a bench press, right? You know." And then we get to the court, and they just be like, "Dude, you're so stupid, right?"
Yeah, exactly.
Because I never lifted because I always felt like I don't want to lift because I don't want to mess my game up.
Yeah.
Now fast forward, I'm just like, what a dumbass I was, right?
Yeah.
What was I thinking, right? What was I thinking? Like, who did I think I will? You know, who did I think I was at that time going to play pickup games and not even really working on myself physically so that I could perform better. And now that I've been doing it, I've started doing that. Like the Grind 4 a.m. thing. That's something I tell people. I made the decision about, I want to say 2.5 to 3 years ago, to make sure I was in the gym before anybody else, right? So I get in there 4 a.m., 4:15, whatever, and I get in there consistently, and I've been doing that somewhat consistently for the past 3 years. And the first year didn't notice a big jump, right? But that second and third year, and now after working out with you and doing the drills too to kind of compound on top of that, my game personally, I just feel a lot more confident. I feel more comfortable on the court because so this is funny. So my kid, he just got into skateboarding.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And this is completely different from basketball, but it correlates. Trust me. So I'm on the court. We play ball pretty much almost every day, right?
Yep.
We get on there. Even if we're not playing a game, we're still doing drills.
Doing something.
So he's watching the tutorial on how to skateboard, and the guy is a professional skateboarder, and he's like, the most important thing before you do any tricks is to get comfortable on your board. Get comfortable on your board.
Yep.
So he's like, I don't even want to teach you anything on the trick side in this YouTube video, right? So my kid looks up the YouTube video for tricks, and he's like, I'm not going to teach you no tricks.
What is this?
Yeah, what the heck? This is not what was described. But he's like, he's like, for me, I want to make a whole hour-long video of just you riding your skateboard. Because you got to get comfortable on that board before you can do any tricks at all. You can perform it all on the skateboard.
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of crazy, and I kind of brought that back to basketball side. It's like, unless you're putting in the work, regardless if it's in a game, like if you're waiting, so my guys that play the leagues or my guys that are in different pro leagues and whatnot, if you're just waiting to get on the court for the scheduled game, you're not working, you're not a hooper. Right?
It's not good enough.
I'm just going to be honest with you, right? If you're not actually doing the shoot-arounds, but also doing it purposefully, you're not doing drills purposefully. I'm not talking about going and just shooting and then catching and shooting and getting the ball and shooting. I'm talking about you're hitting spots on the court. You're doing different drills. You buy some cones and start working, right? If you're not doing that, then you're not really a fan of the game. And this is just my opinion, but you don't have that passion for the game like some people do. For me, I like to, if I'm going to do something, I want to be the best. I'm super competitive when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You've seen me on the court lose my cool a lot of times, right?
Yep.
My friends have seen that, and I've seen you lose your cool too,
100%.
right?
It's all that competitive edge in your head. You have to have that though. Like it all ties back to your brain. So you got to fight the battle in your brain, right? So the biggest thing that I see in kids these days, and I've been a trainer for about 5 years now, training kids, high school level, middle school level. I don't really coach anything lower than that as a team wise, but training wise, I train kids all levels. But I like to see that really like that high school level, freshman, 8th grade is personally what I like. Every coach has that edge, what age group they like to coach. And so with all that being said, I see so many kids, I train so many kids that doesn't have confidence in themselves. And so I'm gonna tell you a little story about myself. I haven't had confidence in myself since I've only really truly had confidence in myself for about 2-3 years now. I was a kid growing up. A lot of people have testimonies, man. A lot of people everyone goes through something in life. And so like my thing is, I got made fun of as a kid. I grew up pretty hard as a kid. Didn't really ever have confidence in myself. Didn't think I was a good looking dude. Right, whatever. Never really had that confidence in myself.
Comment below if you think he's a good-looking dude.
So I've never really had that confidence in myself, and I wish I would have had somebody like me, or somebody like my mentors, or somebody at a younger age, I didn't really have that mentor at a young age tell me, no, you have confidence in yourself. Yeah. You're doing great in life. Like you do a lot more than you go through so much stuff in life as a kid that a lot of kids don't even go through. And so like I wish I would have had somebody tell me that at a young age. But confidence, man, I see all these kids, they don't have confidence in themselves.
Right.
And so I'm gonna use one of my kids for example. Shout out Jordan. Right. So I got him about 3 weeks ago before his tryouts. We had 9 days. I think it was 10 days or whatever it was before his high school tryout. He's a sophomore in high school, right? I trained him 4 times before his high school tryout. First time training the kid. Great coachability. I love being able to coach a kid. You can't teach that, in my opinion. You can't teach somebody to if I tell you what to do, you're actually gonna do it.
Right.
You can't teach that. So that was my first number one thing I noticed about him. Right, very quiet kid, but started doing the drills, right, did my first assessment, right, it was cool. I saw his progression from the first training session to the last training session that I had before his tryouts. I always preach confidence, man. If you watch my videos, if you watch my training sessions, if you train with me, you know I'm always telling you, confidence, stay confident in your shot, stay confident in your shot. Even if you suck at basketball, you still have to have that confidence that I'm going to make the next one.
Right.
But with that being said, you have to have the mindset of if I miss, let that go. Right. So as a kid, I always grew up pissed off. Right. I didn't even play in my high school games very much. And we would lose. Right. So I went to Livermore High. We got our butts kicked all the time. And so we would play schools like De La Salle, Monte Vista, all the high level schools. So we would get murdered. And I would maybe touch the floor 2 minutes, a minute or whatever, and come home, don't talk to me. Oh, ask my mom. My mom will preach to it. Do not talk to me. I came home so mad, so competitive. You have to forget about that stuff.
Yeah.
The one thing in life, that not just as an athlete's aspect, but in all life, you can't get mad about things you can't change. Right? So if I lose a game, me getting mad for 6 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is, I can't change that loss, right? Take whatever that I did in that loss and use it as a learning experience in life. So stay confident, man. Confidence. I've seen your confidence go up just by playing basketball with you, just by training with you. And now, so I'll come out and do a little bit of crazy dribbling skills, right?
Yeah. And
so you're like, oh my goodness, when I first started training with you, and now it's to the point where you got a lot of the drills down. You can put a ball down. You can catch a tennis ball. You can do a crossover. It's all about confidence. That you have that confidence of, okay, what's the next level?
Yeah, we seen that today, actually. We had Angel come out, right? Shout out to Angel. You're supposed to be here. But, with Angel, right, and when we first had him doing the
2-ball
he was nervous. He didn't even want to do it. Right?
He looked at, and all it was a pound. But if you've never, my drills look very hard. And if you've never seen anybody, or if you've never had to do that yourself, they look very hard. But once you get out there and actually start dribbling 2 basketballs and actually seeing that you can do an in and out move,
you surprise yourself.
And you're like, oh, it's not. And now it might be hard for 1 session. It might be hard for 5 sessions. It might be hard for 2 sessions, however long. But eventually, it's gonna click in that brain like, oh, I got this. So it's all about confidence, staying confident in the court. But the one thing that I'll say, man, that made me different as a basketball player is forgetting about that shot, right? Forgetting about that turnover. Forgetting about, oh, I missed a play. Now, watch any level of basketball, everyone's going to miss a shot, right? Everyone's going to, so to keep fighting yourself like, oh, I can't, all it's going to do is mess up your game. So you got to stay confident. I got the next one, right? So I always tell kids, if I see that they don't have confidence in the shot, or if I see people that don't have confidence, hey, you miss one, don't miss 2 in a row. Have that mindset. Don't miss 2 in a row, right? So if you miss 2 in a row, I got the next one. Tell yourself that. Talk to yourself. Tell that in your brain. I got the next one, right? Because your mind tells your body what to do.
That's true.
So it's like always, I got the next one. Oh man, I made a turnover. Okay, don't make another one. But don't dwell on it either throughout that whole game. So that's a big thing, man.
That's a really good tip.
Stay confident. Everybody stay confident. Not even all athletes, man. that's just in life. That's a life speaking whole thing, man.
Yeah.
Like in all aspects of life, work, right? If you have the mindset, stay confident in yourself, and you will always succeed. Always succeed.
That's a really good point, man. That's a huge point. Talking to yourself it's not always a bad thing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people think it's weird, like,
It's not always a
you
bad
don't
thing.
literally have to talk to yourself, but tell yourself in your brain.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Because you're always fighting the battle in your brain. That's the number one thing in life. You always have to figure out. You're always gonna have that constant battle with your brain.
That's very true, man. That's
So-
true. Yeah, confidence is a key thing, man. Like you said, to be honest, I've seen people talk to themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
And that's cool. Because, I mean, I've seen people, like, get frustrated, but then they say to themselves, I'm going to hit the next one. Like you said, literally, like, verbiage. That's the verbiage. Like, I'm going to hit the next one.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good tip for kids. So definitely going to hold on to that one.
Yeah.
So last part of this one, I think we're gonna start rounding it up, man. I think we have 40 minutes now, so
Okay.
that's good, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna round it up. I want to do the surprise segment with you.
Okay.
We already talked about this, so it's kind of like we kind of cheated already.
Yeah.
But
I
you
think,
asked the question.
I think I brought it up before
Yeah,
before the whole thing.
yeah,
I didn't even
yeah.
know about this whole thing, but
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, you cheated. You
Yeah.
saw my secret notes. Saw my secret notes. It's not fair. But Knicks NBA picks. That's what I named today's surprise segment. Maybe we have different ones. Maybe we just do Knicks picks every week. Here on the Hoop Lifestyle podcast.
We'll switch that.
So you're talking about the starting five, right? Your starting
Yeah.
five. So I'm gonna run through a list, starting from point guard
Okay.
all the way to center,
Okay.
and I'll give you two guys.
So I get a pick two.
No, so I'm gonna have
Name
you
two.
pick between the two.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right.
And then you just have to give me a quick reason why.
Okay.
Okay. So first, we're gonna start with point guard.
Okay.
Steph Curry or Trae Young.
So I'm gonna pick Steph.
Okay.
Right. The reason why I'm gonna pick Steph, one, he has the experience in the league. Right. So Trae Young, shout out to Trae Young, man. He's killing it in the league right now, but he's only a couple years in.
Right.
So they're gonna figure out eventually his little game, right? And he'll have to use his game as a different aspect because they'll start figuring out what he can do and what he can't do. So right now, if Steph Curry didn't get hurt, I believe that he's at his peak,
Yeah.
right? And that's hard to say because he's been in the league for how long? So it's like, but his mindset, that's going to be my pick. His mindset is just outrageous. You can't teach that knowledge, so I'm going to pick Steph.
You know, pick Steph. Okay. And you say Steph is at his peak right now.
I don't know. I'm going to say Steph's at his peak.
Okay.
Well,
Besides the injury side.
besides the injury.
Outside of the injury. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. I think people could respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a Warriors fan.
If you're a Warriors fan, especially, right? But we're gonna go to the next one, right?
Okay.
Clay or Paul George?
Clay or Paul George. So, we talked about, I'm going to say Paul George. And I don't know why I'm going to say Paul George. I think Paul George...
I just like the name.
I just like what Paul George does on the floor.
Yeah.
I love Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's my boy. When Klay gets hot, there's nobody like him. But Paul George just brings a little bit more of an aspect to the game, to the extent of he dribbles a little bit more, he can drive a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe both players obviously are great. But Klay, his hot streaks are a lot of catch and shoots.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick Paul.
He relies a lot on his point guard to get him the ball.
Yeah, he relies on a lot of other people to give him the ball. Great player, great defensive player. Both of them are amazing players. But I'm going to pick Paul.
Okay. LeBron or Durant?
Woo!
See, I hit you out. I know. You wasn't ready for that one. You
That
thought you
one's
was
hard.
ready.
That one's hard, man.
I know when we talked earlier. Yeah. That's why I said I'm going to get two guys and you got to pick one.
That's a hard one, man.
Give you a second.
So, KD, this is how I'm going to do it. KD before he got injured.
Okay.
Right? And LeBron right now. Because Kevin Durant's going to have to find himself, and he's going to have to change his game a little bit, in my opinion, after this injury. This injury is a hard injury to come back for. A lot of players don't come back off of this injury, right? So, but, man.
You had to pick like right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Like, if KD never got hurt, sorry to do this to you, KD, but I'm gonna have to pick LeBron. And I'm an anti-LeBron fan, but he is a phenomenal basketball player, so I'm gonna have to go with LeBron.
LeBron, huh? LeBron, okay.
It's hard for me to say. That hurts my heart.
All right.
I love me some KD, but it's okay. I'm gonna go with LeBron.
Hey, I'm gonna let you pick this one. So who's your pick for power forward?
Power forward. Woo!
Out of all the power forwards.
Out of all the power forwards,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna have to. So it's so hard, but I'm gonna have to stick with AD.
80.
So like
Okay.
AD likes to play power forward, but he also plays center too, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, but I'm gonna have to stick with AD. I don't think there's anybody in the league like AD. Like, he can do it. He can do everything. He great passer. You can run you can run your whole offense through him. But I'm gonna pick AD.
Okay.
AD's my pick.
Center.
Center. There's no true centers in this league. I said that earlier too.
That's true.
But
There-
that's controversial conversation.
Yeah.
So, hey, leave some comments at the bottom. Let me know what you guys think about that comment. But I'm gonna go with Embiid. I think he's a monster. I don't like his outside world of basketball. I don't like how he perceives himself outside of basketball. But with that being said, I'm gonna go with Embiid.
All right, cool. All right, man.
Yeah.
I like that, bro.
What about
Like
you?
that. Next picks. No, next pick. Next picks. Daily B-Ball is next episode.
Daily Ball's next. That's on the next episode.
Yeah. So I think we're going to round it out, man. So this is the first episode of the Hoop Lifestyle blog, or Hoop Lifestyle podcast. Appreciate you coming, man. He's going to be here every week, right?
Every week,
We're going to try to
man.
get, like I said,
Stay consistent in life. That's my biggest thing. Don't say you're going to do something unless you're going to do it. Stay consistent in life. Basketball, whatever it is, staying consistent, man.
Damn straight, man. Damn straight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll come again next week. And expect uploads most likely expect uploads on Monday. And then if you guys want to check out the podcast version of this, you guys can go to the Anchor app. Hopefully soon we'll actually be on iTunes. But the link will be below this whole thing, and we're going to shoot it out to our social media, right?
Yep.
If you want to follow Nick, you can go to Ball Don't Lie Academy.
Yep.
On Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook, got a Facebook page too.
Okay.
Check out my videos. Leave comments. Tell me how you guys like it. What can I do to improve? I'm always trying to make myself better. So let me know what you guys think about how I can improve myself.
Perfect, man.
Yeah.
And then you can follow me at Daily B-Baller. So that's on Instagram and on Facebook. Again, we'll have the links below for our Instagram feeds and our social media. So again, appreciate you, man.
Good
Look
one,
forward
man.
to more episodes.
Always.
We'll keep it
It's
going.
good, man.
But we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Check out, boys.